Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. This video is really just an intro video to my channel. I realized when I kind of started my channel, I didn't really do a kind of intro or context behind what this channel is going to be about. I just kind of launched straight into it and just posted videos straight away. Because to me, I think if I just didn't post anything, if I didn't get started straight away, I probably never would have. So I decided, let me just post now and introduce myself later. So this video is really just to provide context about myself and about the channel, really. So welcome. I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched so far, if you have watched my previous videos. Otherwise, if this is your first video watching me, I hope that you stay on my channel. My name is Sarah, and at the moment I am 33 years old. And if I had to kind of give a reason as to why I wanted to do YouTube in the first place, it really is to try and gather a community of people that enjoy the things that I enjoy and I want to talk about the things that I like to talk about. So in terms of the inspiration behind the username DreamWithRah, I am a massive daydreamer. I have been a daydreamer for most of my life, and I felt like that kind of linked to maybe what the channel is going to be about. So in daydreaming, you kind of obviously think about all sorts of random things throughout the day. Your just mind goes in all sorts of different places. And I feel like my channel is sort of given that at the moment. I'm just speaking about things that are on my mind, things that I'm interested in, and it just kind of is an amalgamation of all sorts of things that revolve around things I like, essentially. So I thought to myself, well, let me try and incorporate that in the name. And Ra is the last three letters of my name, essentially. So Dream with Ra, and that's how it really came about. Which brings me on to my channel content. So I actually initially wanted to start the channel doing hotel reviews. I absolutely love staying in luxury type or premium hotels, and I love to travel. I love a good holiday. So I've always thought to myself and always felt that part of what makes a good holiday for me is where I stay, is where I lie my head at night. I've got to stay in a nice enough hotel, and I really appreciate a luxury, a premium hotel. I may not always get to stay in them, but I do appreciate the effort and, you know, the kind of aesthetic of staying in a nice hotel. So I originally was actually going to start this channel being a hotel review channel and just review all the kind of hotels that I stay in whenever I travel. But then I kind of thought to myself, well, I can only post as much as I travel, and if I only go to one place in a year, that's going to be one video in the year. So I needed to come up with some other content that was going to keep the channel going, and had to dive into what other interests I have. And I thought about film. I absolutely love film, and the cinema is very much a favorite pastime of mine, going to the cinema and talking about films and just being immersed into the escapism that the cinema provides. And I thought, oh, maybe I could do some film reviews, you know. So you'll see a few film reviews on my channel, but again, I thought I may only get to cinema like once or twice a month, so I've got to do something else that keeps the channel going. And I thought, oh, I could talk about film news, you know, since I'm interested in film. So you'll see that a lot of my content so far has revolved around film news. I have a series called TWIF, which stands for This Week in Film, and that's where I essentially discuss the week's worth of film news, whatever's come out in the past week that is of interest to talk about and discuss. I talk about it in that episode, essentially in that video. And so far, majority of the film news has been around Paramount and their acquisition of Warner Brothers that started at the end of last year. That has taken up a lot of the news, but the TWIF videos are an amalgamation of different film news topics. So it hasn't just been about Paramount and Warner Bros, which are my headline in my title and thumbnails, but you'll hear other topics during the video, and I always try to make sure they're timestamped so you see what else is being discussed. So you'll be able to check that out as well in terms of what else I discuss in terms of new films coming out, and whatever has gone on in the film industry that week that is worth discussing. I've also decided to talk about my debt-free journey. So far I have just captured that in shorts. So if you go to my playlists on my channel, you'll see a folder called debt-free journey, and you can check out some of the shorts that I've done about that there. My plan is to do a long form video maybe towards the end of the year, talking about my debt-free journey and where I am so far in the process of that and how that's going. So I very much look forward to talking about that, as by then I would be much further along in the debt-free journey and looking forward to become debt-free next year, hopefully. That is the plan. So I look forward to kind of talking about that, and I will just kind of go into more detail about how I got into the debt in the first place, what helped me pay it off, and kind of some tips and advice that I think would help others who are in the same position. So I look forward to doing that kind of content later this year. In terms of any other type of content that I might be doing, at the moment I think I am going to probably stick to just the film news, the hotel reviews, and my debt-free journey. I have thought about doing other kinds of commentary as well, but I think in terms of what I feel like I can talk about at length or keep producing content on, those are the top 3 at the moment. But if there is anything else that you would like to hear my opinion or views on, I'm happy for you to comment below or message on my community posts. I think that's what it's called. If you find if there's anything that you would like me to discuss. But at the moment, I think if you are subscribed on my channel, you probably came to my channel through one of my film news videos, one of my TWIFs. So I will be continuing on that series and continue to do film news, as I love to talk about film, and I feel like that's where my channel really is finding its niche. So you most likely would have found me through one of those videos, and I will continue to be doing videos on that. But as and when I can, I will be doing 1 or 2 videos on my debt-free journey that will record in my shorts. And as mentioned, I will probably do a long form video on that later, as well as some hotel reviews. So as and when I travel, I plan to post a hotel review, so they will be popping up here and there as well. So as you can see, an amalgamation of different things, hence the name Dream with Rah. So I hope you enjoy this YouTube journey with me. Bear with me as I get used to being a content creator, YouTuber. If it looks like anything on my channel is amateur, it's because I am one. So as I figure this out, but I am enjoying it so far, and I hope to hear from you. If this is the first video you are watching of me, I hope that you stay. I hope that you subscribe and that you enjoy what I put out. I would love to hear from you on any of your opinions and commentary and thoughts on any of the topics that I talk about. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it, and any bit of engagement that you give me, I so appreciative of that, and I'm glad you enjoy my channel enough to subscribe and stay. And I really hope that you continue to comment and like on my content, and I would love to interact with you. So please look out for my videos, and then we can chat together. I will be putting out another video tomorrow, depending on when you watch this video, but the next one will be another TWIF video, which I haven't done in like 4 weeks because I have been away on holiday. I went to Texas for the World Cup, and you can watch that hotel review. I think it's the last video I just did, so that I just put out. So feel free to have a look at that hotel review of where I stayed and how I found that that whole trip, as well as just the hotel that I stayed in. But my next video will be a TWIF video talking about the latest week's news on what's in the film industry. And of course, Tom Cruise, it does get mentioned. If you've watched a few of my videos, you probably picked up that I have a slight obsession with Tom Cruise. So if you're not a fan, I'm sorry. I will be mentioning him in my videos as and when appropriate. So, but that will be coming out probably tomorrow or very soon, or already if you're watching this video a bit late. But hopefully you stay on my channel. Hopefully you subscribe, and I would love to hear from you, and I will see you on my next video.